welcome to my channel. Today I am finally bringing you another scrapbook process video. I do have another project life process video for you, however due to problems with my Mac and QuickTime Player I've had to wipe the whole Mac and start again. So as of yet I've not re-imported that video and edited it. I figured I'd work on the one I've been working on today while it's fresh in my mind, and then go back over the other one when I get a moment. So at the moment this is where I had the layout at from messing about while reinstalling the OS software a couple of times today. I thought this would mean it would be a quicker layout. I nearly did a voiceover in real time thinking it would be a lot quicker. It's a good job I didn't. This video ended up being about another hour and a half, so it's heavily edited. Otherwise we'd both be here for far too long. So I'm currently sticking down how I thought I wanted the layout to go. So I started off with the acetate word hello, which I really wanted to use as one piece, and also layered up some frames, which originally I thought I would just be using one photo in, but when I came across this photo of my daughter and my nephew at his christening and first birthday party, I also had pictures of things from around the party like cakes and little things on the table, and figured that would make an ideal set of pictures to layer up. The pictures you take of things around you that don't necessarily need the full picture showing to get what they are. So I really like the way those layered up. And then due to the fact that my nephew's wearing blue, I wanted to bring in a bit of this Amy Tangerine navy blue paper. Not too much, but just a pop of it to bring in the colour, make it a little bit more masculine with all those flowers on the page. So tried bringing in a few of the acetate pieces, and I'm currently going through my tray to see what else I want. So since I last did a layout, I had them all in little bowls. I then saw somebody's wonderful Facebook post about these little trays from IKEA. So they're in the bathroom section. It's £9 for 3, but it's great for splitting things up according to manufacturer or packet or just type of embellishment. Makes it a lot easier to sort through what it is that you want, and they stack up quite nicely to pop them out the way when you need to. So I'm just adhering the bits that I am happy with, and they do end up staying. Many other things move, but they stay there. So recently I've just started a new job. We were in training for a couple of weeks, and we've just launched a new big proposition, which has been extremely tiring. Very, very good. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but extremely tiring. So hence the reason you haven't seen as many layouts from me recently. But I'm hoping to rectify that soon. This is the point where I change the whole design of the layout from what I've been messing with all day and move the hello to the top. I had done it a couple of times earlier, but it didn't quite work the way I thought. But for some reason, when I moved it up to the top this time, I realised I really liked it. So I stuck down the acetate letters hello. I used my Stampin' Up adhesive, and on the first one, the H, I decided to do the whole letter, thinking, oh, it'll dry okay, and put it down and thought, big mistake. So on the rest of them, I did just go where the flowers were, and they've turned out fine. However, the H does still show some adhesive, so I do try to cover some of that up later, but it works enough. Yeah, so I've brought in a crepe paper chipboard arrow, partly because the letter stickers were another shade of blue. I wanted something with a few different shades of blue, bringing in the teal that was already on the page, the bright letter stickers, and the bit of pop of navy as well. So that arrow combines them all, and that's also the reason I brought in this little flower chipboard piece, because again it had all three colours of the aqua in, which helped the layout to work. So I mess about quite a bit here. How much can you mess about with hearts? Quite a lot is the answer to that one. I do end up moving them about loads. I think what my problem was, I was trying to get a balance. I've not quite got 3 clusters. I've sort of got 2 little ones and one that's very big around the photo, or the photos. And it was trying to make sure that they look uniform and all had the same elements of colours, while at the same time not looking too busy. So what started off as what I thought would be quite a simple layout on a white cardstock base turned out quite busy. So I quite like the way this looks, but I feel as though I need to bring some teal into the bottom corner. And then rather than using that heart, I spotted a globe. That was perfect due to the fact that the theme for my nephew's christening was travel and around the world, with him being an Australian baby. So the globe was perfect. I couldn't not use it. I had to find a way to make it work because it worked for this page and the pictures that I was scrapbooking. So with that in mind, everything else in the top cluster and the bottom cluster get moved about. And then I did decide to sacrifice the arrow from the crepe paper chipboard, partly because it got a little bit damaged coming out of the chipboard, but also because I needed another gold heart and I didn't have one. So if in doubt, make one. So I'm just popping the chipboard underneath that top photo, and while the layout has now become rather busy rather than clean and simple, I did decide to ruffle up the edges of my paper to give it a bit more of a distressed look. This is the point where the chipboard banner, I was feeling as though I was bringing black into a layout that only had navy blue at the time, not black. So I decided to take all that section off and have a little bit of a rework, see if I could make it work without bringing black in to just one spot. I know there is black in the flowers and in the letters, but to me that's more of a grey than a black, and the fact that it's in 3 places already, it's more of a soft look. So I wanted the banner at the bottom to be a little bit bigger, with me now changing it to the globe. Unfortunately I didn't have another scrap of paper, so I just cut another strip off, and that's the point that my Hermie decided it's nearly running out and therefore it'll clog up. So it's been an entertaining day with this one, to say the least. So I'm just going to get that one in place how I like it, and then probably move it about 3 times more, because why not? Why stick something once when you can stick it 3 times? Seems to be the way this layout went. So yet again, I'm moving about hearts. You think this is bad. There was quite a few other things that got moved around on this page quite a lot, hence the reason I had so much footage. It was at this point that I realised that even though the banner was black and white, I did like it. It was coming to the point where the embellishment clusters had a lot on them, and the fact that I'd stripped an embellishment cluster back meant the other ones weren't working. So I brought all those back in. And then I think it was around now that I got to the point where it was like, right, you don't dislike this layout. You're just messing for the sake of messing because you think something's not quite right or not quite in the right place. You need to stop messing about with hearts and you need to stick. So it was about this time, I think it's about coming up now, where I thought, right, I'm going to bring some black in with some letter stickers, get on with it, commit and stick. So out comes the Stampin' Up! Fine Liner adhesive bottle again, which I quite like, to be honest. It's a little bit runny. Whether I'll fill it up with Scotch Quick Dry adhesive and try that, I'm not sure yet. But for now, it's definitely doing the job, especially on all those chipboard pieces. And on the acetate, it doesn't look too bad, apart from where I've put it on the yellow. But underneath the flowers, you can't tell it's there at all. So I just need to learn the glue a little bit more, I think, work out what it'll do and what it won't. So with popping the chipboard piece under the yellow frame, I did feel as though I had to put another pop dot up the top. I've already popped up the main photo with pop dots, though that was in part of the editing. And this is where I've brought in the black letter stickers, the black word strips. So I've left in this bit where I messed at the top. This was me trying to work out if I could cover up the adhesive and make it not look as noticeable. On and off with about 3 stickers. And then even at 4 times speed, I cut out 4 minutes of messing with word stickers. So that's about the day I've had. So there's the word stickers finally in their place. So above the hello is always fabulous. Up the top is #SoTrue. And then we've got beautiful, memories, favourite, happy day and smile dotted about the rest of the layout. And then with it being quite a messy layout with a bit of glitter, I decided it was about time I used Heidi Shine, as Adele calls it, to bring in the messy look that this layout had turned into. And then I brought out my Kaiser Black Mist, which also has a little bit of sparkle, though that one gave up a bit more of a fight before it decided it was going down onto the page. And here we go. I'm going to lift this one up because I think I'm done. And then I realised that I'm not. So not much more on this layout to do. I did want to journal, but the day I was having, I figured I'd put it in pencil first and then go over it in pen, because otherwise it would probably ruin the layout. So there we go. I'm happy with the way it is in pencil, so I'm just going to go over that in pen. It's very simple. It just says that it's Joshua's first birthday and christening, and then pops the date on there. I did then spot a gap in the journaling, was thinking of adding an embellishment, and then just decided to settle for 2 hearts. So I'm just rubbing out my pencil lines and I'll just draw 2 hearts in there. There's hearts all over the page, so it matches and it just fills that little gap and looks as though it's supposed to be there. And there we go. The page is finally done after an hour and a half plus a couple of hours of messing. Thank you very much for watching.